It's day 8, January 21st. Me and Prime are back on the trail. We kind of got separated yesterday. I had some things that came up. I had to go help somebody out. So I ended up getting off the trail to go do that. And we decided with the weather last night to go ahead and hunker down somewhere else for another night. So that's 3 nights in a row I hadn't got to sleep on the trail. But I think the rest of this week will be good. There's some rain coming Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures are supposed to rise. I think tonight's supposed to go down in the mid-20s. I can deal with that. That's better than single digits. Woke up this morning about 6:30 and it was 17 degrees outside. We got down here to Dick's Creek Gap and started at about 8:30. It was 19 degrees, and right now it is 9:30, so an hour later, and we're in the low 20s from what I can tell. We really don't have a plan today. We're just gonna walk it out and stop somewhere for lunch and then figure out where we want to camp tonight. There's a shelter that's 9 miles from where we started and another one that's 11 miles from where we started. So at lunchtime we'll just figure out what we're going to do from there. But it's been a crazy 3 days with this weather coming in and my phone messing up. I'm also trying something different today, and I've bumped my resolution down from 1080 to 720. So if the video quality isn't that great, then I apologize for that. But I've had a lot of people tell me that when it comes to vlogging or uploading videos from the trail, that a lower resolution would probably work better and not take as much time. But hopefully shooting in 720, maybe I can do it straight from the trail with just my cell phone service. I know that I've uploaded a couple videos to Facebook with my cell phone service, and I run off Verizon towers. I have Straight Talk as a prepaid phone. I opted to do that instead of having a plan phone out here on the trail. But I was able to load a couple videos to Facebook off of that, but I know YouTube takes a tremendous amount of data and you about have to have Wi-Fi, so I'm going to try 720 and see if that'll work. It's all trial and error stuff, but it's pretty chilly out here. I started out with my puffer on and just my gloves, and my fingertips got to where they were going numb, so that's never a good sign. So those Outdoor Research Smuck mittens that I bought that were supposed to be waterproof, I put those on over my gloves so it would hold in a little bit of the heat and kind of radiate throughout the mitten, which has helped tremendously. Yeah. So I've had a lot of people ask me, Jay, I noticed you have an earphone in your head all day long. What kind of music are you listening to? Well, when I really want to get hiking and get pumped up, I listen to Yanni. Not really. Mainly I listen to country, pop country, classic country, anything country really. Some R&B. If I really want to get in a hiking groove, I'll put on some Five Finger Death Punch. That's kind of like angry music that'll make you hike really fast. A majority of the time it's Dierks Bentley, Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, Florida Georgia Line, stuff like that. I have to have music in my ear all the time. It soothes my soul. That mixed with nature is like a double whammy. It just makes me feel good all day long, unless I'm getting rained on. but I do keep the music low in my ear so I can still hear things around me, and I only have one earbud in pretty much all day. But that pretty much sums it up on my music. I don't listen to gangster rap or any kind of crap like that you can't even understand what they're saying, and then they just repeat the same thing over and over and call it music. But there's downed trees everywhere. It's bad. And I've got an update from somebody that said when I cross over to North Carolina it's going to be even worse. And it sucks because our volunteers that come out here and work so hard can't come out here because the government shutdown is not letting the workman's comp kick in case something happens to them while they're out here. And another little tidbit that I found out, they don't come out here with chainsaws. They come out here with crosscut saws, like they used to do back in the olden days. And there's some huge trees that are down that they crosscut. I applaud those guys, all our volunteers that come out and do this, because that's one heck of a job that they're doing to maintain these trails for people like you and I to enjoy. So if you ever meet a volunteer out here on the trail, give them a handshake, a hug, let them know that you appreciate them, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to enjoy the things that we enjoy out here. I'd also like to give a shout out to Ramdino, which he has a YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram channel, and he will keep you posted on anything going on the trail. He does a really good job letting you know about the thru hikers that are going, the vloggers, the registrations, the weather. So if you're not following him already, check him out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I think I'd like to take a minute to talk a little bit about how being out in the wilderness, I mean not necessarily the trail, but being out in the wilderness and pursuing a long hike through it can change your mindset on a lot of stuff. I've noticed, only because I pay attention to it, like how I'm being emotionally affected out here. Gratitude increases, the appreciation for life itself increases. The things that we get used to, or I guess I can only speak for myself, are the things that I got used to and accustomed to in life, like the conveniences and material things. They don't seem to matter much anymore. I just kind of live step by step and day by day. Sorry if I'm blinding you guys, but yeah, I've had time to do a lot of thinking while I'm out here walking by myself, whether Prime's ahead of me or behind me, or just the solitude lets me get in my head a little bit and kind of joggle some things around in there. And I've noticed gratitude is one of the key things that is heightened since I've been out here. And before I came out here, I felt like my life was in shambles, and I was just kind of living day by day, going through the motions of whatever the next day was going to bring me. But I am thankful for all of you that's followed me for the last week. I mean, there's going to be more weeks to come, but there's a lot of support from both the hiking community and people that don't hike but are interested in it and inspired by it and inspired by what I'm doing. And you know, I appreciate you guys following me, you know, for whatever your personal reasons are, whether it's just to get some insight on what I'm doing to help you prepare for what you want to do, or whether you're just following my journey because you're interested in it, or maybe you're just a couch critic that wants to sit at home and nitpick everything I do and give me your opinion on it. And I don't mind constructive criticism at all. I've learned in my life that if it applies, apply it to what I'm doing. If it don't apply, let it fly. But just the thought that even though I'm kind of out here alone, one other person, I have everybody else at home or wherever you are that's following me, that's behind me through this. I don't know, I guess I'm just feeling a little bit, I can't stop blinding you guys. I guess I just I'm having like one of those emotional days. Not like a bad thing, just, you know, I'm taking in what I'm feeling and I'm expressing it to you guys, because really I don't have anything else to do but walk through the woods and look at scenery, and all that's great. I think somebody mentioned that I made a comment that all I had to talk to was this camera, and it was like Tom Hanks in Castaway with Wilson. I kind of feel like that sometimes, but it's turned out to be a beautiful day after the past 3 days of crap weather, and I'm enjoying it. We're going to try to make it to some shelter up here. We just left Plum Orchard, had lunch there, and I think there's 2 more shelters. We're going to try to get to the second one. I don't recall the name because Prime told me about it, so I'm just going along with it. Just going with the flow. But it has turned out to be a beautiful day. I want to thank a lot of you that gave some suggestions on my video editing skills, or the lack of. I don't claim to be a video editor or a vlogger at all. In fact, starting this out, I was scared to death to even talk to this camera because it doesn't have a face. I mean, it has a lens that kind of looks like an eye, maybe like Wall-E or something, some little robot, and it don't talk back, so I guess that's a good thing. But a lot of you have made some suggestions on my gear, what to do, what to change, how to use what I got. Hold the camera up, not at my waist, but when you're out here walking, you don't really want to hold your arm up for a few minutes while you're talking to a camera. I need to get one of them little things to hook on my stick for my GoPro. It's like a little stick pick or a bike mount. It would probably be easier because then I can just hold my stick up to the level of my face. But yeah, I just wanted to express some gratitude and how the trail is kind of changing my mindset and the way I think about things. And I feel at peace, even though I got poured on the other day and was in a bad mood. Not once did it ever cross my mind about getting off this trail. I never thought about quitting. I just kind of told myself this is temporary. I got in a little funk. I got through it. The sun came back out and I felt good. Actually, I felt good that afternoon after I ate and walked a little bit. But it has not once crossed my mind about leaving this trail, nor do I predict that it will. I am enjoying both the highs and lows. Even in real life out there, we go through highs and lows. They're just not as drastic as they are in here. Unless you're in freezing temperatures, and that's pretty scary. But, you know, I took a couple days to rest and get some things done. Rested my body my knee feels a hell of a lot better than what it did. And that that was worrying me, because I don't want to get off the trail due to an injury that I could have prevented. And the couple days of rest helped me prevent my knee from getting worse. So it could have been a blessing. It could have been the trail talking to me. It could have been the weather coming in that was a good thing that forced me to make the decision to stay off the trail for a little bit. But you know, even though I got a couple hours of hiking in yesterday through the section of Unicoi Indian Grave, and then had to take care of some things, and then went to Dick Gap parking lot, and went in backwards up to Dick Creek Shelter and then back. So I might have lost a couple miles of scenery that I didn't see, but I feel like I still covered those miles hiking in backwards and then coming back out. But I'll keep you guys posted. Well, look at there. I'm on the trail and there's a Jeep going by. Wish I was riding around in a Jeep. That would be pretty fun. But what is this? I'm coming up on southern Nantahala Wilderness. I'm gonna get through this, and I will probably get back with you when I get to camp. I'm gonna get back in my head a little bit more. Y'all take care. So we crossed the NC-GA border, and we climbed up the inclines after Bly Gap. I found this awesome little spot right here. It's looking out over town and the mountain range in the background. We're going to try to make it to Muskrat Shelter, and whether we got daylight or not, we're just going to set up camp there after this climb, and then get up early in the morning and start over. We want to try to aim to be in Fontana by Friday, Saturday at the latest, which I don't see a problem with, but there are a lot of inclines, like great big inclines between here and there, which, I mean, hell, all you can do is baby steps on these things. But I just wanted to share that view. It's beautiful. Well, I'll get to camp and then continue from there.